A Coastal Bend man says he paid a Corpus Christi contractor $14,000 for a fence, but he says the work was poorly done, and on top of that, it was never completed.
That's right. The contractor didn't want to go on camera with us today, but we will have his explanation. Action 10's Seth Kovar is in our studio, and you spoke with both men today, right?
Yeah, that's the important thing. I got both sides of this story, Drew. I first spoke to Jack Rangel of DTX Contractors about doing this story yesterday. Today, he met with his customer, Sammy Posada of Orange Grove, and gave him a $4,000 refund. Sammy isn't satisfied, but he says just getting something back means a lot to him. All he wants now is for his story to be told.
If it wouldn't have been for you guys, I don't think I would have got something back.
A day after the troubleshooters started looking into Sammy Posada's case, the contractor who he has a beef with came forward with cash.
I met with him today, and he did give me some money up front, but it's not enough to cover what I'm going to have to spend now to fix it.
What he says needs fixing is the work DTX Contractors did in his backyard.
And you see it's already cracked, and it won't hold the weight. Look at how low this thing is. So we're going to come and level it. And they never did.
Sammy gave me a tour of what he says is wrong with the fence he thought would be finished 2 weeks after work began. In October, that's when he paid contractor Jack Rangel half of the fence's nearly $28,000 price tag.
With the half down that we gave him, who would finish the complete job, and this is what the fence was going to be looking like.
Rangel says there are a number of reasons the fence doesn't look like this. Among them, problems in his personal life, bad weather, and materials on back order. But he says the biggest problem is what he called a hostile work environment. Rangel said Posada would call him and show up at his home early in the morning. And then there was an incident in which Rangel says Posada cursed at his workers as they tried to remove a rented tractor from Posada's property. Posada says he thought they might be thieves.
If that means I did something wrong, nah. Then I did something wrong by asking, what are you doing in my property?
Rangel says he thought this issue was resolved when he gave Posada the $4,000 earlier today. Posada agrees mostly.
And that's the only reason that I want to report this, because it can happen to me, it did happen to me, and I'd hate for it to happen to somebody else.
Posada says he's now hired another contractor to build the fence around his 2-acre property. It's about the length of 1.5 football fields. That's why it's so expensive. Construction's already underway. Reporting live in the studio, Seth Kovar, Action 10 News.